More snow. Poop.
Okay, so we're going to make a batch of Soothing Skin Balm. First of all, I have my water heating up here. I have a water bath going so I can melt my beeswax and whatnot in there. Beeswax needs to be melted very carefully. Just like any other wax, it can catch fire. So this is usually how I do it, and I stir it constantly. And then we need, of course, our infused olive oil, which is infused with lavender, chickweed, red clover, and calendula petals. And then I need cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is really hard. I'm going to have trouble breaking that giant clump up, but cocoa butter is really hard and it melts on skin contact. And this is cocoa butter, of course, is in chocolates from the same plant. It smells like chocolate. If you get a really high quality cocoa butter, you could actually eat it if you wanted. I would not try eating this. These are, of course, my other main ingredient is chocolate mint ice cream, which goes into every batch of my Soothing Skin Balm. Just kidding, it's beeswax pastilles or pellets. Beeswax is super hard to grate. I have grated it from a big block. It is so freaking hard to grate. So it's easier to buy it in pellets. And there's like yellow ones, and then the white ones are kind of, I guess they've had it removed. I got it on sale, so I prefer the yellow ones, but they're pretty much the same thing. Anyway, my next batch will be Nova Scotian beeswax, which I'm really excited about. And this is shea butter, which comes from the Karidi tree in Africa. This is from a village in Ghana. It's all processed by villagers, women villagers, and they get the money directly for making the shea butter. And then I need, this is red raspberry oil, red raspberry seed oil, and it smells so good. This stuff is so amazing for your skin, it isn't even funny. It even has an SPF of between 28 and 50. They are, I've used this in stuff that when I wear it outside in the summertime, and I have not had an issue with sunburn, but you always need to make sure that you check to make sure you have a high enough SPF, because you don't want to risk that. But anyway, I don't generally sell any kind of sunblock products that I make because it needs to be tested to find out the exact SPF of it. But so anyway, when I make it for myself. So anyway, so and then at the end I will need to put my tea tree oil. Okay, tea tree oil, there we go. And this is lavender 4042 essential oil. So they'll go in it at the end once it's all taken off. So the first process I do is I weigh everything. I have a certain weight of stuff that goes in this, so everything gets weighed. And once the beeswax melted, then I can add the other stuff to it, and I'll show you that process as well. So just to give you a little bit of information here though. This is so amazingly good for, let me talk to you here. Let me talk to you. Okay, there we are. Okay, so just to tell you a little bit while this stuff's waiting of some of the properties of this stuff. I can't get the light right here. Now look, it's too dark. Oh, is that better? Okay. So some of the properties, like chickweed, it cools and soothes minor burns and skin irritation and rashes. So it's super good for your skin. I have to write this all down because there's now it's gone dark again on me. Okay, you know what? I'm going to just start this and I'm going to tell you as I do it because it'll be easier for me to do it that way. I have a lot of information on all this stuff, so I'll try and share it with you as much as I can, and I'll get this stuff going, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so first we need 1 1/4 ounces of beeswax. Beeswax just kind of binds everything together and makes it so it's not a liquid. And it's also good for your skin. It's just kind of hard sometimes to get this exactly right with my scale. I really need a digital one. But, you know, it has worked, and there we go. Okay, so we take that, and we're going to put this, I don't know if I can put it in with one hand without spilling it in my pot here. We're going to take this and put this in my measuring cup. And that can just melt away in there for a little bit, and I'll stir it around a bit. It can sit in there for a minute by itself. So once, let me just get these last little guys, they don't want to come out. Okay, so there we go. So those get to be melted in there for a little bit. And my stirrer. Okay, so just kind of make sure it doesn't, once it starts to boil, I'll turn this down. But anyway, that can sit there for a minute, and I'll get on to our next step. Okay, here's what cocoa butter is like. It's not solid. If you see cocoa butter in the store and it's like a lotion, it's got other stuff in it. This is what cocoa butter looks like, and this will actually just melt in my hand. It's good for you to put in your bath. It's a really good moisturizer because it goes down farther than one layer of your skin. So it's really good for that. It's also antioxidant qualities in it. It's good for stretch marks, and it helps your skin to retain moisture. So this stuff is really good, and it's in most of my lotions and stuff that I have made. I tend to make lotions that are solids, like a solid lotion bar versus something with a liquid, because once you start adding water, you need to add a preservative. Sorry out there, anybody who makes lotion who insists that you can do it all natural, you have to have a preservative in it, whether you want to or not, or you're going to end up with issues with mold, and people can get seriously sick from that. So that's why using a solid lotion bar is generally better than a liquid moisturizer, although I do love moisturizers that I buy in the store too. So anyway, we'll just come over here and check how the beeswax is doing. It takes a little while to melt. It doesn't melt really quickly, so it takes a while to, you can see it maybe they're clumping up a little bit. Okay, so then so now we have to measure this out as well. We have to weigh this. So I need, now this stuff is really tricky because, and I gotta center this thing again. Sorry, it's hard to do this when I'm doing it in, where did my piece go? So let's see here. Oh, that's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. Okay, that's good. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick that on this lid. So now we're boiling over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, not quite. Okay, we're going to turn it down a little bit because I do not want to get any water in this. I don't want any water in this lotion or this skin balm. So I've got to just watch that that doesn't happen. Okay, so there's that measured out. Now, when I do the shea butter, I don't weigh this, and I don't weigh the red raspberry seed oil. But the shea butter, just to tell you about this, this on its own is awesome. When you buy shea butter, you want to buy unrefined shea butter. You don't want to buy refined shea butter because it takes all the good qualities out of it. Shea butter is excellent for sun protection to a degree. So don't go out without sun protection, and don't rely until you test it out. Make sure it works for you. So don't go out in the sun without something on you. Anyway, it's also good for dry skin and rashes and sunburn, itchy skin, wound healing, cracked skin. It's awesome for that. Stretch marks, wrinkles, wrinkles. Okay, I'm actually 275 years old, and I've been using this stuff, and it doesn't look like I'm a day over 40 something. Anyway, okay, so I am 40 something, Devin. Shh, quiet. It's good for going out in cold weather and protecting your skin. It's good for eczema and any kind of skin damage from heat. So I use it if I've gotten a grease burn. I will put shea butter on it. I know it says butter, but it does help a sunburn or a skin burn. So it's really super awesomely, amazingly good. I use this as a moisturizer. It's just awesome stuff. And it smells kind of nutty. Some people don't like the smell of it, but it smells sort of nutty, and I love it. It's good. So anyway, and now onto this stuff. The qualities in this stuff is amazing. It smells like raspberries. And it is good to prevent rashes and eczema. It's anti-inflammatory. And this has an SPF. Did I say this already? I already said this, didn't I? It has an SPF of between 28 and 50. So, yeah. Anyway, so this stuff is really good. Very, very, very expensive, but worth every single solitary penny. So, let's see how we're doing here. We're melting down a little bit more. So, and just be careful of people, you know, just be careful of people that say, oh, this cures this and this will cure that. People that make cosmetics at home are not allowed to make health claims about them. Even though I know that it does work for the stuff that I use it for. This stuff is also, I'm making some diaper rash cream for Nathan as well. So you gotta be careful when people start saying, oh, it'll cure this and it'll cure that. Well, what works for me might not work for you. And I use it basically based on my experience of how stuff works for me. And I've had a lot of customers use this. They use it for acne. It's helped clear up their kids' acne. My neighbor had psoriasis, and this made his psoriasis so much better and more manageable. And I use this as my moisturizer as well as shea butter. It's general all-purpose, good healing quality. Oh, I can't say that either. I can't say it heals anything. Oh, anyway, it is very soothing for your skin. Okay, there we go. So, just in case Health Canada is watching and they're like, you can't say that. I think they're the same people that tell us we're not allowed to go sledding. Anyway, okay, this is almost done. So I'm going to go ahead here in a second and put my cocoa butter in here. And once that's done, I'll measure out my oils, and then we'll be cooking with gas. So just hang on a second here. Where did my cocoa butter go? Okay. So now, this stuff does not take that long to melt down, generally speaking, because it melts on skin contact, right? So this extra heat will make it go all the faster. Sorry, I'm not looking at you here, and I'm just talking to you about this stuff. Okay, so now I have to just measure out my shea butter and my red raspberry seed oil. I don't weigh those. I just use a couple of tablespoons of this. I don't weigh that, but I will have to weigh my infusion. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here is the shea butter and the red raspberry seed oil all measured out. And even though the coconut butter is almost done in there, almost done, it kind of comes off in layers. It's kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and add that and melt that all together. All right, and now I'm going to weigh out my oil. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Oh, a little bit more. Okay, so when this other stuff's all mixed, so as you see, I have a lot left there. I'll be making a few batches of this today and then storing it in the dark spot. And I have leftovers. And so once this continues to melt down here, I will add the oil to that. So just so you know a few little properties of these things that are in here. One of the things is chickweed, and chickweed is very good for your skin. It cools and soothes your skin and burns and skin irritations and rashes and dry skin. So it's really good considering it's just a weed. It's so good for all of that stuff. Red clover reduces your skin aging, and it accelerates wound and burn healing. And it also can treat psoriasis and eczema. Not a cure, but it can treat it. Calendula flowers reduces inflammation in your skin. It promotes wound healing again. And it also helps eczema and acne and dry skin, and helps diaper rash. And for the lavender, so there's lavender buds in this, and I'm putting lavender oil in it. Lavender is really antiseptic and antifungal, and it reduces scarring, speeds your healing, it's anti-inflammatory, and it helps with acne breakouts, and it is of course very relaxing. As an essential oil, it's really relaxing and healing that way. And then it'll have tea tree oil in it, which is really good for acne. It's really good for cuts and scrapes, and it's really good for itching skin, like bug bites and stuff like that. So, and it's very strong though. So tea tree, a little tiny bit of this tea tree essential oil goes a long way. It smells super strong. If you have never smelled it, it's super strong smelling. But it's really good for, it's antiseptic, and it's a good disinfectant as well. That's what I use it in my kitchen cleaners and stuff. Okay, so we're ready to add the oil to that. So I'm just going to, let's just see, I gotta see what I'm doing here. Okay, so add the oil to that, which sort of turns a little funky when you put it in there. Okay, and we're just going to let that melt a little bit. Oh, it's not going to melt a little bit. It needs to melt a lot. Let's see if I can get a light, brighter light on here. Let's see. Whoops. Not really, but anyway, we tried. Sorry, hope you're not too bored by this. This is difficult to do this and film at the same time, and I'm filming over near steam, so I'm being careful not to burn myself. So you can see it's still not all totally melted there. You don't want it to boil. It's not supposed to boil. It's just supposed to be melted. Okay, that looks good. So you should probably wear gloves to take this out, but I'm pretty good with that. So while there's another batch. I'm melting the cocoa butter and whatnot in together at the same time with it this time. So, okay, so here we have our infused oils. Everything, the beeswax, the cocoa butter, everything's melted in. So now we're going to take some lavender oil. And I kind of just eyeball this. I go by what I know works. So we're going to add some of that, and it smells so good. Then we're going to add some tea tree oil. Not as much as of that, because it's a bit strong. So I'm hoping this will really help these homeless people downtown and people that are out in the street. Because their hands get so sore, and it is so cold here right now. It is like colder than it much normally would be, and we're having snowstorms. We've had two or three a week for the past couple of weeks at least, and we've got so much snow. So I'm really hoping that this will help, because I know how well it works for the people I have made it for and sold it to. I used to sell this so much that I couldn't keep up with it. But since I came here, I haven't had as much time to do it. So, okay, so we're pretty much mixed here. Smells good. Actually, a little bit more lavender, I think. Okay. Alright, we're mixed up. Very mixed up. Okay, we're going to come over here. So these are my jars. And sorry, I'm going to try, I have to look over the camera to do this because I don't want to spill any. So, I don't totally fill them to the top. Almost, but it's a real mess when they go over the top. So. And that's perfect. So yeah, I'm going to be making this for a while because that only made me 4. Those are 2 ounce amber jars. It's good to keep any kind of thing like this in a dark jar to preserve it longer and keep it fresher longer. So anyway, so that's that part done. So we'll check on those in a little bit. They look really cool when they start to harden, and I'll get my next batch going. So I hope you found that sort of interesting. It's fun to make. I really enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. And of course, I forgot that I have to pour my boiling water in here to melt this stuff, because it will never come out if I don't. So I will be doing that shortly. Anyway. Okay, so you can see my dirty sink. See that? So anyway, that's how I make the soothing skin balm, and hopefully it'll help these guys and the women downtown that are out on the street, or you know, anybody down there that can use it. And I'll probably be making this for most of this evening till I get these jars filled up. And I hope that was sort of educational. And you enjoyed that. So yeah, and what's the weather like here today, if you want to know? Let's see. Well, they said 2 centimeters of snow this morning. You know, I think we may have had closer to 10, between 7 and 10. Devin, you got to shovel the deck for me, kid. There is another, I've already shoveled this part of the driveway once today. Yeah, so we're supposed to get another storm on Friday with potentially 30 centimeters of snow, and then another storm on Monday. Yeah, so fun times. It's just like winter when I was a kid. It's pretty much normal back then to have snow like this and more. So we've just been very, very spoiled, I think. So times are changing and weather is crazy, and I guess we should get used to it. Anyway, I hope you guys are all having a good day and staying safe and dry and warm and enjoying yourselves. Talk soon. I should say, if you have any questions about any of this, you can just comment and I'll answer them. I'll either reply or I'll do another video or something. But if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. So yeah, but give any kind of, if you ever need anything for your skin, give it a try with going and looking for somebody in your area that may sell natural skincare stuff, because it's so much better than buying mass-produced stuff full of chemicals and things like that. So give that a try, but just make sure that they know what they're doing and what they're talking about. Anyway, that's about it for now, and hope you guys are having a great day. I forgot I was going to show you what it looks like when it's done. So you can see it's starting to set. It's getting like a haze. So it'll start to set up a little bit more once it cools down. And I can see I made one a little bit too low, darn it. Anyway, I can't really fix that now. But anyway, so I'm just going to separate these guys. And that was one of them. Oh! Okay, that one will be for me. Okay, that one's mine. That's there. You can see how fast it sets. Once it gets cool, it's all over my hand. Anyway, yeah, that's my jar. Put my thumb in it. Wasn't the one that wasn't enough, but anyway. Okay, so we'll come back and see what it looks like when they're totally set. But anyway, yeah, it's like a candle. Waxy. Okay, so there's my latest batch. So you can see what it's like when it's still hot, and there's what it's going to be like when it's done. This is still pretty soft, but it basically will look like that. And sometimes it sinks a little bit in the middle. When I used to do lip balm, the lip balm would always have a little hole in the middle of it. It's just the way it goes with lip balm. So anyway, so that's what it looks like before and when it's done. And I should also say, if you ever try anything on your skin, make sure you try it in a little spot first. Don't go slathering yourself in it, just in case your skin can't handle it. I have known people that have done that and then been very sorry they did. So try it in a little spot first. And yeah, I'm not really selling this stuff anymore. I make it for people and friends and stuff because I just haven't got the time to take it out and sell it and whatnot. But I don't know. I think about it once in a while. Maybe I'll do it again. We'll see. Anyway, so that's it for me. I soon have to get Devin. Oh, for Pete's sakes. I did it freaking again. Yep. Every time. I should have just named you Jeremy.
No, I was getting better.
So anyway, I have to go get Jeremy from work soon. And I got to do a 2-mile walk first. So anyway, yeah, I got your name right. Woot.
Jeremy.
And then somebody will need to go out for a walk when she wakes up. Oh, and since we've come this far in making this stuff, I'll show you the last bit. Devin, do you want to put the lid on for me? These are special lids. So you see this little foam insert here? this thing, once it's on the jar, will seal, and so it's sealed and protected so nobody can put their fingers in it without you knowing about it. Or I might be able to do it, Devin. I got it. So there you go. From start to finish, soothing skin balm. Ta-da! Sorry for all the breaks in this. It was just lots of information on all this stuff, and hard to do with one hand. So anyway, I am now late to get Jeremy. He's going to be furious, but I will take the camera with me in case he wants to do some videoing on the way back. Bye. So the weather band was wrong again. Today's forecast was 2 centimeters of snow. It's been snowing all day, really heavy in the morning, and we probably have close to 10. I've already shoveled the driveway once. We probably have close to 10 centimeters of snow down. Oh boy. I don't know. I just don't think anybody knows what the weather's going to do anymore.
Here we are driving home.
Sound happy. You're going home. Happy. Happy thoughts.
When I eat, I'll be happy. Man, this stupid snow was supposed to end at 12, and the weather people got it wrong yet again.
It's winter.
They still got it wrong.
It's Canada.
It's like the 18th time they got something wrong.
This is what I grew up with. My goodness, there was no worse than that. There was snow.
I know,
it was so deep. We had to walk up to school both ways with just our bare feet and barbed wire wrapped around our feet to give us traction in the winter.
Please finish.
Yes. I wouldn't be a mom if I didn't give you one of those. I had to, when I was your age,
shut up.
I had to walk to school and snow up to my ears.
At least you knew it was going to happen.
Well, not necessarily.
And how much you're going to get, because it's more than 5 or 4 freaking centimeters. Whatever. I'm tired. I'm going to fall asleep.
I said...
What?
I just got to move over a heck of a lot into the slushy muckiness for this plow to go